do you get the most out of the Google grant for your nonprofit? I'm going to share that with you today. Basically, to get the most out of your Google grant, what you want to focus on is content. You want to make sure you're promoting valuable content to people with this Google grant. Now, the Google grant is a little bit different than Google search ads in that it does not work for super competitive keywords. So let's say you're trying to bid on donate to an adoption agency. That's going to be a really competitive keyword because every adoption agency under the sun is going to be bidding on that keyword if they're a nonprofit, right? So that's going to be a competitive keyword. That works well for paid ads, but does not work as well for the Google ad grant. So what you want to do is you want to get creative with your keywords and you want to focus on content, valuable content that's going to actually be helpful for users. So here's an example, blog posts. Blog posts are actually an incredible way to maximize the Google ad grant. If you really want to be able to maximize that full $10,000 every month, blog posts are a great way to do it. Now, what do I mean by blog posts? I don't mean blog posts like, oh, copy your newsletter that you send out and put it into your blog post. No, absolutely not. What I mean by a blog post is focus on what people are searching for. So what you should do is figure out what are people actually searching for. Now, what I do all the time for nonprofits is I go through and search for my clients, what would someone be searching for if they're looking for a nonprofit like this? So I put myself into the searcher's shoes and I think, okay, if I have an adoption agency, what are people going to be searching for? They're probably going to be searching for things like, how do I adopt a kid? How do I know if I'm eligible to adopt a kid? All these big questions that people have when they're in that adoption process. What does it cost in adopting a child? You should have answers to all these big questions on your website. And the best place to do that are in blog form. And each blog post should be focused on a specific topic. So you shouldn't cover all of those topics that I just mentioned in that one blog post. You should have a separate blog post for each of those questions that people are typing into Google. That's going to perform the best with the Google ad grant. That way, when someone is searching for how do I adopt a child on Google search, you could put an ad out on the top of Google when someone searches for that and direct them to your blog post on how to adopt a child. You could give them, 5 steps to adopt a child, and then at the bottom of that, you could promote your adoption agency. Hey, this is why we're the best choice for you. That's an amazing way to drive people to your website with the Google grant and really the easiest way to maximize that full $10,000 every month. Here is the bonus. Not only does this help you with the Google ad grant, but it also helps your nonprofit rank at the top of Google organically. What do I mean by organic? Organic means without ads. We were working with a nonprofit a while back and they had a specific keyword they were wanting to rank for. And this happens time and time again. We gave them recommendations on, hey, a ton of people are searching for this specific keyword, write a blog post on this. They wrote a blog post on that keyword. We were able to maximize the Google grant, right? But beyond that, that specific blog post did better than their homepage. At the time, their homepage was bringing in about 1,000 people per month just organically on Google search. That blog post alone was getting 4,000 to 5,000 people to their website every single month organically. So that's even without ads. And through that, they were able to get a ton of email signups. They were able to get a ton of people interested in their nonprofit just because of that one blog post. So that's where if you really think about keywords and you write amazing content based off of what people are actually searching for on Google, you can strike gold and you can get a ton of people come to your website through that one post time and time again, month after month, year after year, that gift that keeps on giving. So that is the best way to maximize your Google grant, in my opinion, is focus on content, focus on blog content. And then here's the second thing that I want to mention that's extremely important because once someone comes to your website through that blog post, you want them to take action, right? This person doesn't know about your organization. This person is not going to want to donate right off the bat, right? Because they don't know you. But what they will do is they will download content for free if it's valuable to them. So let's say someone is searching for how to adopt a kid. They come to that agency's website, that blog post. If there's a download that has a step-by-step plan on how to adopt, or let's say there's a download that says, hey, this is a budgeting guide to show you what you're going to have to expect. That's an incredible resource for them. And they'll probably want to download that. In exchange, you'll get their email. And then through that email, you can nurture that lead through email marketing to the point where they eventually donate or they eventually adopt or whatever that call to action, whatever that action step is that you want them to take. So that's a great way. So make sure that each blog post that you set up has a strong call to action, some kind of a downloadable link that someone can download, and then you get their email and then you can nurture that lead through that. So those are the big things. And of course, after all that, make sure you track it. See what's doing well, see what blog posts are doing well, see what ads are doing well, what keywords are doing well, and then adjust as you go. But number one, focus on content, create blog content that is valuable. Number two, make sure that you create call to actions on each of those blog posts so that you actually get conversions. Number three, make sure you monitor it, make sure you track it and adjust as needed. Hope these tips were helpful for you today on how to maximize the Google ad grant for your nonprofit.